individually appropriate. Be able to talk your way around what individually appropriate is. And also know what age appropriate is. And that one's pretty easy, right? You're just thinking through the development and learning of children within a specific age group.
Are these all multiple choice, or are there any essay questions?
They are going to be predominantly multiple choice. I think yes, the answer is most of these are multiple choice. I don't recall that there are any essays on this. But I want to go back to something you just said. So there will probably not be essays on this, but you also need to take into consideration, I'm reviewing some terms with you, but you also need to go back and think through, how do I make a unit? How do I write an objective? What is a good read aloud book? So go back to some of the assignments that we've had in class this semester and be able to kind of think about what we talked about as being hallmarks of those things. So you had to write an art lesson plan for me. Could you analyze part of a lesson and tell me if it's appropriate or not? So yes, you will have multiple choice, but some of this will be application. So you do need to be prepared to write an objective, or you need to be prepared to analyze an objective. And so in that respect, make sure you know what the ABCD format is. Make sure that you could write an objective using the ABCD format. If you were shown an objective that was shady, could you figure out if it's shady because it's missing the A, the B, the C, or the D? So application kinds of things to be familiar with. You might also need to be familiar with your particular medium that you used for your presentation. So just go back over your notes. All right? So if you were to see a short answer, it might pertain to something you presented in class.
Do you need a schedule?
No schedule.
But that's what the handouts were for, right? So we could be familiar with each one. So we have to be familiar
No.
with everybody.
You do not have to be familiar with everybody's. Be familiar with your own. So just be familiar with your own. Some of the things that you wrote on your brochure. What are some pros, what are some cons, what are some things that you would do? All right, back to terms. So I'm going to say this whole phrase to you. Know what assessment looks like within a developmentally appropriate program. If you were running a classroom that was developmentally appropriate, what would your assessments look like within that classroom? Would you have summative, a whole bunch of summative assessments? Would you be incorporating formative assessments? Would you be observing, documenting? Just think about what that would really look like. It probably wouldn't be a STAR test in just 1 year. So if you were to see a question, children's creative processes may take the form of, so if I'm thinking about children's creativity, God bless you, could I see children's creativity in imaginative play? Yes. Could I see creativity in self-expression? Yes. Could I see creativity in the form of some understanding that they have or a product that they create? Okay, you're good. What is the brief, objective, written account of a specific classroom behavior called?
Objective.
What'd you say? It's an anecdotal note. So know what that is, or an anecdotal record. And it's basically a brief, objective, little account of something that specifically happened in the classroom. And it is a type of assessment that you would see in a developmentally appropriate classroom. But be able, if you saw anecdotal record, be knowledgeable about it. That's like a little, just I'm handwriting out what I saw kids do.
Is that the one where you give an example of like the post-it notes?
Yep, exactly.
Note card.
Yep, or the note cards, yep.